I think it's safe to say, Vanessa, that as we inch closer to Thanksgiving, that there are more people testing. Why do I say that? Well, we spent the day calling around different AFC urgent care centers, and we were having a hard time getting anywhere on the phone. We walked to this location here in Dedham, walked inside, and they told us here it is by appointment only. So we are now within 14 days of Thanksgiving. It's probably too late to show up to your family's home and then quarantine. And for people testing beforehand, doctors say a test can only prove so much. With Thanksgiving next week, many families have made up their minds to not be together.
We know with the rising numbers, we're trying to be responsible. So we do the same thing for Easter. We're doing the same thing for Thanksgiving.
Then there's those families who say they will gather, but try to keep things limited.
10 family members, and we have like a lot, definitely.
And if you're sick, I'm just going to tell them to stay home.
You're going to tell sick people to stay home?
Yeah.
Stay home, yeah.
We can FaceTime you.
For those gathering, there are ways to do so that mitigate risk.
It's going to be like separate, so they're going to have little, I'm trying to do like little boxes, so people just take the box themselves, you know what I mean? So nobody have to keep on touching the food. We want more Thanksgiving, not just one Thanksgiving. If we are safe now, we'll have more later.
Maybe having like dinner outside if it's possible. If you're indoors, making sure that it's in an area and a place that's well ventilated, like open the windows.
It's hard to tell people what to do and what not to do. I guess people are going to do what they want to do anyway, but should people go? Should people travel to see their loved ones right now?
We would not recommend traveling at this point. But if you are going to travel, you know, make sure you have face covering, that you clean your hands and do as much as possible to stay safe.
Another question is testing. So if I'm planning on seeing my family next Thursday, next week, when should I get tested? Should I get tested before I go, when I get there? How many should I get tested multiple times?
The problem with testing is that it gives a little bit of a false sense of security. People are like, oh, I tested negative, so I'm fine, so I can go ahead and see grandma.
I would test, first, make sure you are negative, but, that test is only, for the next day you could be positive. So unless you're getting it exactly the day before and you're not seeing anyone until then, that's really the only time it's effective.
And even though there are a lot of long lines to get tested, testing is still available. In fact, the Massachusetts State website as well as the City of Boston's website both have links, Vanessa and Mark, to where you can get tested. We posted those links to our website, boston25news.com.
Well, is there any fear that all these people who are getting tested because they're traveling may overwhelm the system and take the test from the people who are sick and really need them?
Actually, yes. The doctor I talked to said that is a fear, especially as the cases are going up and more people need to be tested. That fear is actually exacerbated after what we saw in Canada. They had their October Thanksgiving, and afterward, they saw their cases rapidly going up. So doctors here fear after our Thanksgiving, they fear cases will go up even more, and then there will be a competition for people who actually need the test because the cases are going up, and the people who are at that point getting ready to test to see their families for Christmas.
Hopefully people keep those Thanksgiving gatherings small and we won't have a big spike here. Wale, Aliyu, thanks so much tonight.